My thoughts today are, is the world I live in outside in, or are we inside out? I'm trying to process this thought that makes sense because for a long time I was outside in as well. Everything outside of me I absorbed inside of me and then projected that out. And I never stopped to think for a second to go inside myself to project out my belief systems because from youth I have been simulated to think the way everyone outside of me thought and took that into my internal structure and programmed it in me and then ultimately projected that out, and it never made sense to me. It always led to pain. So my daughter Ava told her teacher the other day that her father's an alien. And the reason she said this is because I'm a seeker. I seek to understand rather than be understood. I seek to give love rather than to be loved. I seek to give forgiveness rather than be forgiven. And I only learned that through doing it exactly opposite. And it was in the pain to where that led me that I saw clearly through the fog. And that in turn had me think of, if hurt people, what if healed people also heal people? So if I'm seeking to be compassionate to another and not receive compassion, that in turn would stop violence begetting violence and help peace become peace. If somebody doesn't change away from societal grooms, then we're almost cursed to repeat the same cycle over and over again because hurt people continue to hurt people. At some point, we have to flip our thinking and understand that that person is hurting. And even though they hurt me, I don't need to take that inside of me from outside in and let it become my inside back out as a projection back into the world. How can we help heal society that is completely divided and turn divide into unity, hate into love, anger into peace? At what point do we look in the mirror and say enough is enough? I'm so grateful for my child telling me that she told her teacher that, because I would have never viewed it that way. And from a such young sponge of a mind who has soaked up all that I am and a lot of what I shouldn't have been, she came up with this beautiful philosophy that her daddy doesn't belong in the world. To me, that makes it a victory, not a failure, because I've never hidden my true self from my child. I allowed her into everything that I was going through, and her mother, thank God, allowed her in my life and never pulled her out of my life, even at times that the world would have said she should have. But because of her discernment and courage to stand strong as a willow tree in the face of a huge storm of other people's opinions, she and I have allowed a child to be a free spirit and to think for herself and to become her true spirit self. So I need to continue to walk denying my flesh, my wants, from my spirit's needs in order for it to bear good fruit. Because a seed, when planted, is in darkness and pressure and time, and it needs to crack out of its shell painfully and dig roots deep down in order to come to the light. So that also had me think that it's only through walking through darkness that I was able to have light reflect out of me. So, today I ask, what is the difference maker from us taking outside sources inside of us and going deep within ourselves and asking ourselves real quick questions to project that light out into the world for change? Because I'm raising 9 children in this world and they're coming behind me, and I don't want their generation to go through what ours have. So if we can turn divide and stop looking at what people look like and start judging men and women by their minds and their hearts, and give compassion to them being not right or wrong, because everyone's right to think and feel the way they think and feel because of their programming from an early age. But what if we started viewing things as healthy or unhealthy as opposed to right versus wrong? So, are you an outside in sort of human being, or are you an inside out human being? Please be kind to yourselves, be peaceful, find some serenity. God bless you all.